Why, yes, we are going to talk about hair today, even though this is a travel channel, because that is what you tune in for when you want to learn about travel. Thank you for joining us here at Waves and Wandering. And if you like this content, we're going to encourage you to subscribe because we actually do talk about travel at some point.
When you book a cruise a year in advance or 3 days before, you have to do stuff like clear the dining room table, put out the luggage, pack stuff, roll it into a ball and throw it in a suitcase. Well, one of the other things you have to do is get over to the nail and spa salon. And how did that go?
So right around the holidays, my aunt got very sick and she ended up on hospice. So on top of all of the holiday stuff and things that were going on, there was also a funeral to get ready for. And on top of the funeral to get ready for, I did have my normal hairstylist was away for her holiday vacation. I was getting over a cold and being sick over the month of December. So there was a lot of stuff going on. And we literally had the funeral the day before we were supposed to leave for our last cruise. So I went with half of my hair in its natural state, which is not a state anyone should ever see. And Jim will put a picture up so you can see why it is not something anybody ever needs to see.
Jim loves that gal.
I have been coloring my hair for a really long time, and I would, under normal circumstances, never go out of my house looking the way I looked. But with everything in the month of December going on, it's the way I went. It's just the way I went.
So we get on board the ship, and they do that because it was Sun Princess, and we had the premium package, which came with the Jim must hate Anna because he got the photo package. Getting those pictures, when they come up to you and say, step right this way, get a picture.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that skips right past as you're getting on board when they have, let's do your picture. No, I don't want my picture as I'm getting on board. This idiot decided, no, that's a great idea with your hair in the condition that it's in, where everybody can see how your natural hair color would look if you let it grow in that way.
Which apparently,
hold on, because I also want to say this is something very sensitive, and I know that I'm not the only one going through this. So especially for postmenopausal women, your hair starts to thin at some point in your life. So on top of the fact that my hair is I do have spots on my head that are super, super thin when it comes to hair coverage. But then when it starts to gray, when the hair comes in gray, those spots to me look way bigger. I have trouble covering them up.
I don't see them.
I mean, literally, he's mostly blind. So no, he doesn't see them.
Blind to no.
But I did mention getting on board the ship. I don't want all of those pictures taken because my hair looks terrible.
No, she said it on the ship.
I did.
So on the ship, our stateroom happened to be on the deck with the spa. And I was like, we'll just go to the spa. They'll color your hair. And someone decides to tell me, let me throw down that gauntlet. Then goes.
I will be the first to admit, I have been on
almost 100
many cruise ships, many cruises.
We've been to the spas a lot.
I would not have assumed they would color your hair on the spa. I feel like that's something that you do at home with your normal hair colorist. But another thing that you can do on the spa is they will look at your head and they will tell you what the hell's wrong with it. And I have a lot of stuff wrong with my head. My hair is dry, it's over-processed. I throw caution to the wind and jump out of a plane without a parachute. I blow dry my hair without heat protection. I am the worst enemy of my own head. So
with this being said, and the gauntlet being thrown down, guess where our stateroom happened to be? Right next to the Lotus Spa. So as we got out the elevator, it was packed with those lovely ladies with all their little jackets and outfits on. And Anna tried to get away.
To reel you in.
And I said,
couldn't run fast enough.
I said, pardon me, do you color hair? And the lady goes, men's or women's? And I was like, well, I don't need my hair colored. And that's when we got taken to the secret room.
So they let us back to a private area. They asked what my concerns were. I went over the fact that I have been losing my hair for the last several years. It's very fried looking. It's very fragile. And I just don't know what to do with it. And God bless my hairstylist, Sandy, because for years she has been giving me recommendations. And I think part of the problem is I don't necessarily use them all. I don't use them all consistently. I don't use them all. Coincidentally, I might do one for a little while and it doesn't give me immediate results. So I try something else. So Sandy has done her level best.
Physician, heal thyself.
To make me look better. And it's funny that he uses that because this is the line that sunk me at the salon.
And the lady that we're working with proceeds to tell Anna that they're going to have to do a consultation for her hair. At this point, Anna's looking at me and pinching me and saying, "This is too much, get me out of here." And I'm like...
Oh, there were some curse words in it. That is not all I said.
I'm like, this bill is going to be a thumbnail.
But I really, really believe that I am now on the right path with my hair. I know if you're a hairdresser, you're going to come at me. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. You're going to come at me, tell me that I got suckered into this stuff. But honestly, in the couple of weeks that we have been back, I've just been using the stuff that she gave me on the ship as my emergency kit because the rest of the stuff she shipped home.
What happened when we had to then go upstairs for your consultation?
So I immediately go up after, they tell me that I can have this appointment and everything. I go upstairs and I meet with a stylist.
I went to the bar and brought back drinks.
Yeah. They looked at my head, they looked at my scalp, they looked at my hair, and she kind of went over everything that I already knew was wrong, but she just kind of emphasized what was wrong. And the other thing that she told me is that I've been wearing the wrong style. Now, again, no fault of Sandy. I'm very resistant to change, and I have probably had the same haircut for the last 20-ish years.
Were they high pressure, obnoxious, or were they compassionate?
No. So up until this point, no one is high pressure. I don't feel any pressure at all, except from him to just go and have somebody look at my head. I don't feel any pressure. And when I go for the consultation, she's telling me everything I already know. So there's nothing like she's doing something unscrupulous. She's trying to tell me that I've got more wrong than I actually do. My head's a hot mess, and I know that. And everything that she said, I knew to be true, either because Sandy told me or because I can see it. Also, as she was going over my head, she emphasized the fact that, I got a couple of chins going here. I'm not hiding that. I'm a big ass girl. This is unnecessarily highlighted sometimes by the way I wear my hair. So she maybe suggested that my hair be a little bit shorter. The other thing that she recommended is that I start to kind of grow in the bangs, that the bangs were not doing me any favors, that I don't necessarily have a high enough forehead, and the shape of my face, the bangs were not doing me any favors. And I'll be the first to tell you, it was hard to let them go. And as you can see, they still have to grow out. It's not like they're gone, but I am making an effort to push them away from, parting my hair in the center. I'm not parting it on the side anymore. And I'm going to let you know ultimately what some of these changes meant to me. We finished everything. The cut, the color, the treatments that she put on my head. She used a line that resonated with me. And the line that she used was, you have to look at this like a doctor's appointment. You have come to me and I have treated your head so that it could get better. But you need a prescription. And you have to follow that prescription in order to get well. She was able to diagnose me, she was able to treat me, but if I want my hair to get well, and my head, my scalp, if I want it to get well, that's on me. And I think no matter how many ways and methods other people have delivered that message to me, that's kind of the one that resonated with me the most. Because in the last couple of years, I've been diagnosed with diabetes that needed medication, and I'm understanding the need to take care of myself, and my head should not be any different. The prescription came in 2 parts.
Part one, a cool bag.
Cool bag. Bag was free. I'm going to point that out because a lot of this stuff was not free. In this bag, she gave me everything I needed to stay on the cruise for the week and maintain the treatment that she was giving me, plus a couple little bonuses. So I'm just going to pull the stuff out of here and kind of go over it and what it does. So this is the first thing, Kérastase densifique. This is basically a protein treatment for my scalp. I massage this into my scalp, and I'm supposed to do this every day for a month and then switch it up and not do it so frequently. So I think the fact that it's every day for a month tells you your hair was messed up.
That box is making your hair and face glow.
Ta-da! It was well worth the money. So she gave me 2 of those because, again, I was supposed to use them every day. It was only a 7-day cruise, but she gave me 2 of them. The other thing that she gave me while on board the ship was a sample of shampoo, which is geared towards post-sun shampooing. So this is supposed to help kind of restore your hair after you've been sitting in the sun all day and, you know, you've kind of baked it and fried it and taken some of the moisture out of it. This is supposed to return some of the moisture to your hair.
Wait, is this better than the stuff that you normally get on Carnival where it's all in one?
Yes, yes it is. Other thing that she gave me while I was to use on board the ship was this conditioner. So ultimately I'm going to need 2 conditioners for my hair. This is the everyday conditioner. It is called fondant. And a bunch of other French words. But this fondant is an everyday conditioner for my hair. So I'm going to be using that.
Wait, does fondant mean foundation, or does it mean that stuff you put on a cake?
Yes, it's the stuff you put on a cake.
Fondant Chica Chroma.
Keeps your cake moist, keeps your head moist. She also gave me a sample of this, which I'm definitely going to have to buy. In all of my 60 years of owning hair, I have never used any kind of heat protection when I have styled my hair. I blow my hair dry almost every day, so that probably wasn't the best way to treat my hair. So this is really just a heat protector so that when I dry my hair, when I use this straightening ironer or whatever, this will help. I'm going to have to get this, but she gave me this as a free sample. The other free stuff that she gave me, this is another conditioner. This is just a sample of another daily conditioner. And the only other thing that she gave us, and I'm not even sure why she gave it to us.
Chica Flash. There's a lot of chicas in these.
This is air freshener. So when you come back to the next video and you see this on my bookshelf behind me with the sticks in it, it's making my house
Maybe
smell
she's
nice.
seen your video where you outed me on interior stateroom.
I think that's a thing. That is definitely a thing. So, and this is for the scalp treatment. You just put this on top of the little oil
What is
for
this?
your scalp. It's a stick. You stick it in the scent.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Here you go.
You get a bag.
So the other box actually just arrived, and I haven't had a chance to look in it, but we're going to do that now with the help of Vanna White, my assistant.
Part 2.
These are the items that I did not need for everyday use on board the ship.
Okay, here comes the... We've never done an unboxing video. Do I put the box up here, or do I just hand you the stuff?
Oh, just hand.
Oh.
He's going to hand me the stuff. I'm not going to be able to read what it says. It's going to go great. And I also don't have the list of
Can I
instructions.
pop these on camera?
No. I also don't have the list of instructions where she told me what does what.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have this,
This is
which looks like 2 of these.
This is a hair mask.
Is that a thing you put in your head?
Yes, you're going to treat your hair with this.
Okay, then you got these.
And these are, I'm going to guess, my shampoos, so much fun. So much fun.
Well, what do you got?
Yes. This is a bodifying shampoo. And this is another one of the fondants.
A lot of cake baking going on.
And
there.
another shampoo. There is. We could be cake boss next.
Okay, here's 3 things. Let me get this out of here. What else?
Okay.
That's
This
the unboxing
is-
way to store stuff. You just throw it in the air and it lands somewhere.
This is a scalp and hair serum, which again is not a daily thing. And this one is...
Well, the heat has been poisoning your hair. You need a serum.
Oh, and now I don't have to buy a heat protector because I did buy a heat protector
And then
already.
you got this thing that's inside of a container. And that's all that's in the box. So we can take the box
So
and
much stuff. So much stuff. Oh, and this is an exfoliant. I do love an exfoliant. We're going to smell this because it's just fresh. It's very fresh, very clean. And the exfoliant is something that I need to use. I am an 80s girl, and I'm a huge fan of hairspray. I have abundantly used hairspray
You made a play about it.
Hmm?
You made a play about the
They
80s hair.
did. I have abundantly used hairspray for most of my life. I would say at least since 1976-ish. So there was a lot of damage done to my hair just by my use and depositing of hairspray.
How much of this packaging is different from your video just a few weeks ago about cruise ship packaging that doesn't cruise well?
What do you mean?
Like this is obviously not a simple little, this ain't gonna break on you. Like, do you take this on the cruise? What of this stuff do you take on?
Oh,
the
what
next
of this
cruise?
stuff? So here's going to be my next video, the containers that I have to buy to put some of this stuff in to take it on my next cruise. Because obviously you cannot take all of this stuff. And our next cruise is 11 or 12 nights. And
15
the
days
cruise
till
after
next
that is another 12-night cruise. So we have a couple of long cruises coming, and I will probably transfer this into smaller containers. But here's the thing. At the end of this whole treatment, when she went over everything and talked to me about everything, she asked me if I wanted a 6-month supply or a 1-year supply. Immediately, with dollar signs flashing in my head and the shock that it was going to cause my husband, I said 6 months. And
There's no shock here. I just sat there and I was like, and I guess that's the part that gets me. I expected this to be around this price because I just Googled on my phone what it was going to cost to go to Center City, Philly, or Manhattan. I mean, that's what I'm comparing it to.
Yes, I said 6 months because that was going to be the softest blow.
And here's where the sales pitch got me.
I mean, not only did the sound of the doctor analogy echo in my head, but she also made it very clear that with the amount of damage to my hair, I probably wouldn't see results for 3 to 6 months. I have to say, I've been now a few weeks using just the regimen that she gave me on board the ship, so not even all of the product, and I have noticed a huge difference. I don't have the fried part of my hair at the bottom. Now, a lot of that is because she cut a lot of it off, but I definitely notice a change in the texture of my hair. I, again, abundantly spray my hair with hairspray. I'm not doing that anymore, so all of that crunch is gone, and it's just a softer, it's just a softer texture. I like the texture of my hair right now. I am still adapting to this cut and style.
What of this stuff am I allowed to touch in the show?
Nothing. Keep your hands on your cheap ass Old Spice one and done bottle of it takes care of everything. You keep doing that.
I pour out a goop, rub it everywhere, I look fat.
Goop. That's how I've been treating my hair, goop, and that's why it looked the way it did. I want to emphasize that I know you are going to look at this whole stack of stuff and want to know what kind of makeup I'm using to cover the sucker sticker that they obviously saw on my face. I don't think that I'm a sucker. I think that for years I have been using product that wasn't friendly to my hair. I have been not using product that would have been friendly to my hair. And I haven't been taking care of my hair and my scalp in a way that I should for my age and for my hair type and for the things that I was noticing about my hair. Did I need a year's supply? I did not. When it came down to the price difference between the 6-month supply and the year supply, it really wasn't that tremendous. The silver boxes of the scalp protein, that treatment, you're going to get so many in a box. So, it is what it is. It's much better to have them on hand and know that I'm going to be using them. Could I have gotten away with fewer product? Yeah, I probably could have. Did they look at my desperateness in the situation that was my hair and probably push more product on me than necessary? Maybe. And maybe as I get to a point where I'm comfortable with my hair and my scalp again, you don't want to be upsold a bunch of stuff, which is exactly what happened. I was for sure upsold a bunch of stuff, but I know that I needed something. I needed to take control of the stuff that's going on with my hair. I have been increasingly embarrassed about the condition of my hair, the baldness, the dryness. I have been increasingly bothered by the condition of my hair. if all of this product for a year makes me feel less self-conscious about the hair on my head, it was worth what I paid and more. And have I spent this much in product and not used it effectively, not used it religiously, or just not found it to be effective? Of course I have. Not all in one fell swoop, but I have easily spent this much money on vitamins and hair treatments and hair oil, and I have easily spent this much money over the course of a year and a half trying to make my hair look better and try to make myself feel better. And if I had known 2 years ago that all it would take was a cruise, I would have done it. I would have done it much sooner.
Is this the hair version of the makeup thing from years ago where we got rid of all the buy a dollar?
Yeah, there was a time, early on where I would go to the drugstore for makeup.
Anything.
And it was anything, because and you have to remember, back in that day, there wasn't Google for me to say, what's the best skincare product, or what's the best foundation for somebody with dry skin or with aging skin or mature skin, because I know people don't want to hear aging. But it's fucking sick. But it's 60 years old.
So I'm keeping that curse word in.
It's aging skin. That it is what it is. But I would go to the drugstore or to Target or to, to even the makeup counter, and I would be like, oh, let me buy that, let me buy this, let me try this, let me try that. And I would have literally a drawer full of the colors that didn't suit me, colors I didn't like, stuff that melted off, stuff that caked into the pores and stuff. I spent a ton of money on makeup when I really just needed to go have somebody professional upsell me the right stuff. So that's how we arrived at the figure that I spent on my cruise line haircut.
So the total cost of the spa included my shave and my haircut, which I've been doing on every cruise. And again, it's the same thing. Somebody on the cruise does not cut my hair the way Joe the barber down the street does. And the answer is, which one looks better for you? Because that's really all I really care. As long as it's off the ears, off the collar, which is better for you? And I guess, can you equate the fancy haircut to this same stuff? Is it someone more artistic? Are they a better haircut person? I don't know.
We don't know. I don't think that the person that cut my hair did a better haircut than my friend Sandy does. I think the person that doesn't know me and isn't a friend of mine and isn't worried that I'm going to burst into tears sitting in her chair just felt she had a little more liberty than my friend Sandy does. And I think that helped me in this particular situation.
Was your husband supportive through this whole process?
He was incredibly supportive. I, at one point, literally had tears in my eyes when I looked at him, and I said to him, this is going to be $1,000. This and the haircut and the style, it was probably $1,500. So the rest of the money was spent in the spa and in the salon. But we also went into this trip with casino money that we didn't end up using. We went into this trip knowing that we're not going to cruise as often this year as we did last year. We're going to focus more on bigger cruises and experiences as opposed to going every couple of weeks to do something. So in terms of budgeting, this is something that we could make work. I'm happy so far. And would I have been much, much happier if this was $250? Absolutely.
Well, I guess, okay, if I had booked this appointment for you over at some salon in Center City, Philly, would you have walked out with this bag of stuff?
Correct.
Probably.
Probably.
I think your radar would have been way more leery of getting anything except.
I'm a fish. Just throw that line right at me and I will bite and you reel me in.
I have never seen you come home with stuff in decades together.
Well, but I go to Sandy, and the best part of Sandy is that she works out of her home. So there's not all of this for her to throw at me, which I mean and she has recommended stuff. She has said to me, you need to use this, you need to use that, why don't you try this? I don't hear it. And I think part of the situation, especially with women, And especially with moms, when you look at $1,500 of a haircut and product, I could take a kid on a cruise. I could take a kid to Disney. I could buy an entire fall wardrobe for all 3 of my grandchildren. I could pay my daughter's rent in Japan for a couple of months. Like, this is not something I think a lot of women would say, no, I'm worth it and I'm going to spend it.
Well, and again, that's always my argument to that is it better that you spend $1,000 and get the stuff that lasts a year? Or is it better that you spend $50 every other week over and over and over again on stuff that you used once or twice, and then I gotta open up the cabinet in the bathroom and go, why do you have 6 bottles of this stuff?
Yeah, and we do that often. You can go upstairs. You can go upstairs to my bathroom cabinet right now, and there are probably no fewer than 4 or 6 bottles of conditioner, because I tried new things. I did try other conditioners and stuff. So ultimately, it did take this cruise for me to go out of my comfort zone, start taking control of my hair, start fixing the things that were wrong, and make a leap into something that I normally would not have leapt into.
Okay, are we leaving people high and dry here, or will they know how this progresses, or they're just gonna have to watch the videos and see?
Just watch. I probably won't do an update. If things go south, I'll let you know that this was a whole waste of money. I can tell you.
I'll be in that video like this.
I can tell you right now, I'm really, really pleased with how my hair has been. I do not like waking up for it sticking up in the back, because it's very hard to lay flat. But I think that's more the fact that there's not a whole lot of hair back there, so it does stick up a little bit. Would that be an interesting video? Should I go in a couple of weeks? You can leave that in the comments. Do I risk taking myself to the salon on board our next Princess cruise? Because this was on the Sun Princess, so you probably need to know that. Should I go back to the spa on the next Princess cruise and have them re-diagnose my hair? Or look at my hair and say, no, your hair and your scalp are very healthy.
Well, how long is the color going to last?
Color's only going to last a few weeks.
So we have to make sure we have a cruise that's lined up with that, or are you going to wait and go gray for months?
No, that's not happening. That is not happening.
All right, Anna, you got the fancy bag. Is this going to last a year, or do I have to take this as our grocery bag and go somewhere for you to refill it?
So if I use all of this properly, this should last me for a year. So we're not going to worry about that. But also, this is not stuff that you can't buy locally at another salon in your area, maybe at a beauty supply store. The other thing that's very convenient for the salon staff, they give you a letter that not only spells out everything that you've purchased and what it does and when you're supposed to use it, but it also has their own personal link to Kérastase products. So you can go in on their personal link, almost like buying Girl Scout cookies. You can go on to the link that your stylist gave you for Kérastase and purchase products. And I assume she gets credit for it, she earns some commission for it, whatever. But you will be able to find this product. This is not, you have to get on board a cruise ship, which maybe I shouldn't have told my husband sitting here. I should have said, I can only get it on the ship. But no, you can get this. You can get this in real life too.
All right, Anna, what was your best part of this? Was it Jim's shave? Was it Jim's haircut? Was it the couple's massage?
Never the couple's massage. Never. I hate it.
Was it the part with the little bell where they went ting?
No, I hate everything about a massage. I'm just going to put that out there. But I will say this was a very good experience for me. I will let you be the judge over the next several months of videos whether it ultimately was a good experience for me.
Well, it seems based on the regular videos, and people can say, hey,
whether I keep it up, you'll notice.
Do you notice a difference over the couple of videos? That will be interesting.
That would be interesting. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sitting through all of this. I think it was important for me to talk about not only the issues that I have with my hair, because no one has ever told me that there was a chance I was going to lose my hair. I had pretty thick, pretty decent hair when I was young. So it was a total shock to me.
All right, Anna, how do we bring this video to a close?
Me with my luscious locks. I am going to again invite you to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to boop the bell. And if you want to go on a cruise so that you too can spend way more money than you ever expected on beauty supplies, just hit me up at anna@wavesandwandering.com. We've got a lot of good stuff going on in cruising. We have group cruises to Alaska for 2026. I know your 2025 calendar is already full, but reach out to me for group cruises for 2026, and also trying to put together a group for a Disney cruise in early 2026. Stay tuned for that, because that's going to be big news. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sitting through all of this, and we will see you real soon.